suspended at 16:40 hours for a 20 minutes health break. The House had just, the Committee of Supply rather, had just finished considering head 08 Cabinet Office of the President, and 680,230,698 kwacha has been agreed to stand part of the estimates.
So far, the House has considered one ministerial statement, 4 bills, and the House did resolve into Committee of Supply.
Good afternoon. You are still watching Parliament television. Bells are ringing. It seems we don't have a quorum in the House. It is a requirement that 1/3 of members of Parliament must be present in the House for any business to transact. And so once the quorum has been formed, we expect business of the House to resume. At the time, the chairperson of the Committee of Supply suspended business for a 20-minute health break at 16:40 hours. The Committee of Supply had just finished considering head 08 Cabinet Office of the President, and 680,230,698 kwacha is what has been agreed to this particular head. Earlier on, the Committee of Supply did consider head 01, Office of the President, State House, head 02, Office of the Vice President, head 03, National Assembly,
head 05, Electoral Commission of Zambia, head 06, Civil Service Commission, Office of the President,
and head 07, Office of the Auditor General. The heads that are still coming up for consideration, we expect the Committee of Supply to consider head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, head 27, Public Service Management Division, head 26, Ministry of Information and Media, and head 44, Ministry of Labor and Social Security.
And right now, bills are ringing. According to the standard practice, there must be 1/3 members of Parliament in order for business to be transacted. So we urge you to get glued to Parliament television. You can also follow the proceedings via our Facebook page, that's the National Assembly of Zambia, and also on Parliament radio on various frequencies.
And so just now we take you to the floor of the House as we wait for the quorum to be formed. Good afternoon.
Order. When business was suspended, the Committee of Supply on the estimates of revenue and expenditure, including for the year 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025, had just finished considering head 08, Office of the President. We now move to head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President. Head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, the acting leader of government business.
Madam Chairperson, I beg to move that head total 22,136,943 kwacha be approved in respect of head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book.
The question is that head total 22,136,943 kwacha be approved in respect of head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate? Any objection? I put the question. The question is that head total 22,136,943 kwacha be approved in respect of head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 22,136,943 kwacha is approved in respect of head 09, Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, and is ordered to stand part of the estimates. We now move to head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit. Head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, the acting lead of government business.
Madam Chairperson, I beg to move that head total 299,731,491 kwacha be approved in respect of head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book.
The question is that head total 299,731,491 kwacha be approved in respect of head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate? Any objection? I put the question. The question is that head total 209,491 kwacha be approved in respect of head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 299,731,491 kwacha is approved in respect of head 19, Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, and is ordered to stand part of the estimates. Head 26, Ministry of Information and Media. Is it 27? 27. 27. What will be down? My apologies. We move to head 27, Public Service Management Division, the acting lead of government business.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I beg to move that head total 99,989,445 kwacha be approved in respect of head 27, Public Service Management Division, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book.
The question is that head total 99,989,445 kwacha be approved in respect of head 27, Public Service Management Division, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate? Any objection? I put the question. The question is that head total 99,989,445 kwacha be approved in respect of head 27, Public Service Management Division, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as are of that opinion say aye. All the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved. Head total 99,989,445 kwacha is approved in respect of head 27, Public Service Management Division, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, and is ordered to stand part of the estimate. We now move to head 26, Ministry of Information and Media. The Honorable Minister of Media.
Madam Chairperson, I beg to move that head total 204,421,050 kwacha be approved in respect of head 26, Ministry of Information and Media, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book.
The question is that head total 204,421,050 kwacha be approved in respect of head 26, Ministry of Information and Media, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate? Any objection? Okay. The question is that head total 204,421,050 kwacha be approved in respect of head 26, Ministry of Information and Media, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate? Mr. Fube?
Madam Chair, I wanted to raise a point of order. No, you can say hi, that's my right.
It's the point of order on who, Honorable Member?
On the procedure we have taken, Madam Speaker.
He has a right. Give him a break. On the procedure. What is your point of order?
Madam Speaker, I take recognizance that Article 77 talks about how Parliament is supposed to make its own rules. But I want to draw your attention to Article 63 of the Constitution. And Article 63, Section 2, A, B, and C. What it talked about in terms of how we are supposed to proceed, it prescribes properly of how we are supposed to proceed with the budget. And one of the issues, especially in Article C, it says scrutinizing public expenditure, including defense, constitutional, and special expenditure. Then at B, talks about appropriating funds. Then the other A says ensuring equity distribution of resources. Currently, this exercise is bordering on the three, and looking at the manner in which we are proceeding, I don't know how this manner stands with the Constitution, especially Article 63. That's what I wanted to bring to your attention, Madam Speaker.
He has to be specific what issue he has. He's just read this.
Honorable member, what is your issue?
My issue, Madam Speaker, is that from my little understanding of this particular article, this Parliament or this National Assembly is not performing the duties as prescribed in the Article 63A, B, and C by going the route that we are going, even though Article 77 says that the House shall come up with their own standing orders, which I do recognize and take recognizance. But what I'm trying to ask, Madam Speaker, is the Constitution subservient to standing orders?
Oh, the honorable member, Mr. Fube, the House has come up with its own ways of doing business, following the standing orders. So as far as we are concerned, when we are in this House, we follow the standing orders. So according to the standing orders that we have, we are in line with what is happening or what is taking place right now. We haven't just come from nowhere to come and present this budget or the exercise that we are going through today. We started by having committee meetings where all the honorable members looked at their discussed those in details. Then from there we moved to another stage. And from that stage there was debate for 10 days where you were all asked to debate. And we concluded yesterday. So we have now moved to the stage where we are at, so that we conclude with the budget process. So I see nothing wrong. The House is actually in order with the way we are proceeding. We make progress. Mr. Banda, is it a question?
Trying to get clarification.
It's a question?
No, yeah, question, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Banda, you may go ahead.
Minister, can I take you to page 256? Table 1, sub program 26. These are transfers. Last year you used 37 million kwacha for transferred, and this year you again used 37 million kwacha for transfers. And in 2023 there was 25 million kwacha for transfers. Why are we seeing so many transfers? Can't we save some of that money to perhaps take it to assets? And a second question is on assets. That's sub-program 31. 2024, you allocated 80 million kwacha, and this year you've increased it to 91 million kwacha. What sort of assets are we looking at? Are these movable? Are these fixed? Because maybe if it's not really necessary, perhaps we can save this money and give it to Minister of Education who needs more personnel. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Media.
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. With your greatest indulgence, I'd like to request the Honorable Member to ask a question in the Zambian way so that I may hear what he's talking about. Because I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what to answer. Please bear with me. I like your American accent, but it's not doing me any favor to answer your question.
Honorable Minister, if you had followed me, you could have been with me. I asked you to go to page 256. And Honorable Minister, this is the white book, or is it the yellow book? If you had gone to 256, you could have known where I was coming from.
Page 256?
Yes, I did say it, Madam Speaker, that 256, but the Minister didn't go to 256.
Okay, you can continue, Honorable.
So page 256, table 1. Are you there now? Now we are looking at sub-program 26. And this is about transfers. I hope you are there. 256, sub-program 26, transfers. In 2023, the amount was 25 million. In 2024, the amount went to 37 million. And this year, the amount again is 37 million. My question was, why are we seeing so much money going to transfers? Do you keep rotating the people, or is it necessary really to have these transfers, or can we just have people stationed in those places so we can reserve this money, perhaps to take it to another sector? And the second question, on the same table, sub-program 31. Now we are on assets. Well, the White Book says you've reserved 80 million kwacha for the assets. This is, sorry, it was 2024, you used 80 million kwacha, and now this is 2025, it's gone up to 91 million kwacha. Then my question was, what sort of assets are you procuring? Are they fixed assets, assets? Is it really necessary that we need these assets? Perhaps we can save that money and take it to Ministry of Education for employment of more personnel. Is that clear now?
The Honorable Minister of Information and Media. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. I had to be advised, and that is the reason why we have our technocrats come to attend these sessions for those who may not know, so that we give accurate information. And Madam Chairperson, I'm advised that in terms of transfers are for grants to IBA and ZAMCOM. And in terms of assets, Madam Chairpersons, Madam Chair.
Madam Speaker, I have to report to the House that the Committee of Supply on the estimates of revenue and expenditure, including capital and constitutional and statutory expenditure for the year 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025, has gone through the following heads. Head 01, Head 02, 03, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 19, 27, 26, and 44, and has made progress and asked leave to sit again.
Thank you. Day for resumption of committee work.
tomorrow, Madam Speaker.
Committee work to resume tomorrow. The acting leader of government business adjournment.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the House do now adjourn.
The question is that the House do now adjourn. Any debate? Any objection? I can see people are anxious to go. The question is agreed to. The House? Is now adjourned.
Good afternoon. So much for still being with us on Parliamentary Television. The House has adjourned until tomorrow, being a Friday at 09 hours. Just now we look at business that has been considered on the floor of the House from the time business resumed at 14:30.
So when business resumed at 14:30, Madam Speaker did make announcements. She did recognize the presence in the public gallery of pupils and teachers from Munali Boys Secondary School in Lusaka district. And on behalf of the National Assembly of Zambia, Madam Speaker warmly welcomed the visitors to the National Assembly.
In the other announcement, Madam Speaker informed the House that consideration of individual heads of expenditure will commence today, Thursday, 21st November 2024. In this regard, she reminded the House that in accordance with Standing Order 171-2, the Vice President or the relevant minister shall only present the head total overhead expenditure for approval by the House. Madam Speaker said they will not be required to present any policy. They will not be required to present any policy statement, and that there shall be no policy debate at this stage. Thereafter, the chairperson of the committee that considered the estimates of the head under consideration may be allowed to debate the motion.
She stated that members would be allowed to seek clarifications on the figure allocated to a head. She did emphasize that these clarifications shall be restricted to not more than one member from each political grouping represented in the House as provided for by Standing Order 171-4. Madam Speaker further did say that in order to ensure that consideration of all heads of expenditure is concluded within 5 sitting days as provided for by Standing Order 171-9, she did urge all honorable ministers to be present in the House at all times in the next 5 sitting days.
After those two announcements by Madam Speaker, there was a ministerial statement. Honorable Paul Kabuswe MP, Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, rendered a ministerial statement on the full details of the transaction between ZCCM Investments Holding PLC and International Resources Holdings IRH involving Mopani Copper Mines PLC. This statement follows the directive by Honorable Madam Speaker following a point of order raised by Mr. Chinga Miyutu, Member of Parliament for Kalabwa Central Parliamentary Constituency in Western Province.
Madam Speaker did remind the House that on Thursday, 14th November 2024, the Minister did render a ministerial statement before the August House regarding details of the transaction between ZCCMIH and IRH involving Mopani Copper Mines PLC.
Prior to the initial transaction, the Minister said ZCCMIH owned 10% shares in Mopani with Glencore, owing 90% shares. Owing to operational challenges, Glencore decided to exit Mopani, which resulted in ZCCMIH acquiring 90% shareholding from Glencore in 2021 for a price of $1 US, ZCCM-IH owing 100% shares in Mopani. The minister informed the House that at the time Glencore exited Mopani, the company left a debt of $1.5 billion US with certain conditions that were unfavorable and negatively impacted on the operations of Mopani. These include the pledge of all Mopani shares and assets as collateral, a requirement that all output from the mine be sold to Glencore, the requirement that a marketing fee be paid to Glencore on all output being sold, and a requirement that any funds coming into Mopani be used for the Glencore debt.
Minister, the prospective equity partner ZCCM-IH used a competitive bidding process in which IRH emerged as a success bidder. The transactions was negotiated and concluded by the parties, namely ZCCM-IH